Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Ike's Tech Talk weekly live stream. You already know how it goes down on a Thursday night. And boy, let me tell you what a Thursday it is, man. Got plenty of things to talk about, man. Plenty of things going on. A little bit of ranting and raving. It's all gonna happen on this week's live stream, yo. So, man. Anywho, let me know as always, guys, that video, that audio. Let me know how everything sounds, how everything looks. We should be crystal clear. Good to go. No drop frames there. So we good. We good. BG, you a fool. I already see. Look, BG already starting. BG's already starting, homie. Oh, man. I can't right now. Y'all are way too much. Hold on. Let me do this. Do not disturb. There we go. So that way we ain't getting a bunch of notifications. Y'all don't gotta hear that. And I don't gotta hear it in the background. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and get right into it, man. Yo, y'all are wild, man. I'm having way too much fun right now. Oh, man. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get into roll call. And of course, the notifications still for some reason come in. This is wild. Chill. Why are these coming in? Okay, I think we're good. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yo, y'all are snapping. Yo, some of these comments, yo. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into roll call, man. Then we're gonna kill some quick housekeeping, and then we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room, man. Apparently, if you don't have 120 hertz, you're trash. So, like I said, we're gonna get into that though. We're gonna get into that. Yo, Umar, what's going on, man? Hope everything is good with you. Bradley was here first though, so like I say, what's up, Brad? Almost missed your comment. It was above the little banner here, but what's up, man? Hope everything's good with you, yo. Yo, Malik, what's up? Hope everything's good, man. Hey, my brother from another mother, what's up, LaShawn? Speaking of LaShawn, y'all already know tomorrow night is gonna be open mic night, and I'm sure as hell know for certain they gonna get ignorant tomorrow with all the drama going on, man. So ignorant hours tomorrow night. I'm saying it full of Sean. Ignorant hours tomorrow night. Be there, yo. The homie goes live at, I want to say 9 p.m. Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Definitely be there. I'm always lurking, and it's always a good time. So definitely go and make sure that y'all go and show some love for sure. Hey, Barry, my other brother from another mother. What's up, man? Hope everything is good. How's life over there with that Xiaomi 12S Ultra? That's the real question. How's life over there in Xiaomi land, man? How's life? All right, cool. Yo, Lewis, what's up, man? Hope everything is good with you. Hey, yo, El Jefe, let's go. Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for the $10 super chat. He said for the Pixel 6a defense fund. Yo, for real, homie. Appreciate the super chat, dog. Going right back into the channel, man. Appreciate you. I can't. Y'all are crazy, man. And I ain't gonna lie too. If the kiddos is awake, you might want to put them to sleep. We might get a little ignorant, just a little bit. We ain't gonna go ignorant hours. I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. But we might get a little ignorant around here tonight, man. We might. Yo, Lewis, appreciate the congrats on the 2K, man. Yep, channel just hit over 2K. I want to say we're like 2,100 on the way to 2,200. So appreciate y'all for the love and the support, man. Appreciate that. Yo, BG, what's up? He said, watch on my 120 hertz display. Yo, I love it, dog. I love it. BG's that dude, man. Hefe, what's going on, man? Said what's up to you, but appreciate the super chat again, man. He said we're crispy. That's what's up. Hey, Jeff, blessings on your day, man. Have a good one. Yo, B Floyd, I appreciate you for coming through, dog. What's going on, man? Hope everything is good. Miss Shay in the building. The queen of Stiller Nation. Good evening. B Floyd said, Pixel 6a is trash because the tech Jesus says so. Y'all need to stop, bro. I'm not ready, man. I'm not ready, dog. Sup, Ike? Sup, everyone? What's up, Brad? What's up? I can't with y'all. Y'all are way too much, dog. Nah, buy an SE because it's an iPhone. Yo, the funniest part of that video, and y'all already know me. Like when it, hold on, I'm crying because I'm laughing so hard. Like y'all already know me. I don't come on here and bash what other creators are doing, man. You do it how you want to do it. That's why it's YouTube, so you can do whatever you want to do, right? But yeah, dude, at the end where it's like he was giving all of the reasons for like the Pixel, he gave a few for the Galaxy, and then he hit that iPhone. He's like, well, because it's an iPhone, and for some people that's more than enough. It's like, oh, okay, cool, nice. Sep Dog, what up, man? He said, Ike, the Pixel 6a is slow, even though it hasn't been released yet. Hey, man, I know. LaShawn said, ignorant. You can come on. LaShawn said, ignorant. Let's go. Going to bed, baby boy? Let me kiss. Babe. Nah, she doesn't want to get in the camera. Had to say goodnight to the little one, man. Oh, that's wild, though. Barry said he's loving life with the Ultra. Let's go. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Happy to hear it, dude. That would feel look crazy on that joint, man. Like for like YouTube thumbnails, I'm even curious to see, just like you said in your video, bro, the talking head. Oh man, that's gotta be clean. Like, I'm wondering how close you would have to put it to you. Like, are we talking like Sigma 16 length, or maybe, you know, a little bit closer? Like, I'm just wondering how close you'd have to have that next to you to get that good depth of field. Except Dog said audio is clean, unlike myself. Hey, it'll be all right. You'll get there, man. You'll get there. Sometimes you gotta fiddle around with the new audio products, man. I know that from experience. I still got a Rode mic that goes on the camera that I still can't use. So I hear you, dog. I hear you. Pixel 6a gonna need Johnny Cochran for real, BG. They're gonna need to hire the biggest and the baddest, dog. Shoot, that's hilarious. Hey, he meant the like button, but y'all heard the message. So some support and hit that like button, yo. For real, hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that. Let's go. Yo, James, what's up? What's up? And the funniest part is though, and James Apple just made me think of the second part of what I was about to say. The funniest part to me with the whole Pixel 6a thing, dog, is literally like even people that I know are like all in on Apple and iPhone are like, bro, for real? Like we didn't have iPhones with 60 hertz forever now. This is not that big of a deal. Like even they're saying it. So it's like, whoa, like it's hilarious, man. It's hilarious. Pixel 6a ain't dead until Easy buries it. I don't know if Easy will be able to bury that one. I mean, it definitely has some things where I'm like, it would have been dope if they could have did this or could have did that, but yeah, for the most part, I think it's for the target consumer, I think they're gonna eat that phone up. Like they're gonna love it. Hey, Slang, what's good, my guy? I know Slang got some of them Pixel buds. I saw he was talking to El Jefe. Got some buds, Pro. Me too, me too. Can't wait for them things to get here. Hey, Scoop is in the building. What's up, what's up, what's up? B Floyd said the A53 is the worst mid-ranger of the year. Good God. Woo. That's pretty rough, because isn't that the other one that MKBHD was talking about? He said the Nothing phone, which I already got a bone to pick kind of with that, because it just gets a little contradictory a little bit to me personally. But like I said, we'll get into that after roll call, yo. We'll get into that. James said, how about that Resident Evil? I'm about a little over halfway through it, dog. I'm on episode 5 or episode 6, either 5 or 6, one of the two, but I'm like right at the end, so I am definitely feeling it, man. Dang, he said the A52 is better than the A53. No cap. Okay. Woo. Got him. Barry said, I will definitely let you know. It should be Sigma 16 length. It's a 23mm full frame equivalent. Okay, bet. So yeah, that's not too bad at all. Cause like my camera isn't like, you know, super like right down my throat or anything like that. So that should be pretty dope. I like that. I like that. Hey, Slang said excited about those buds, and the 6A should be here tomorrow. That's what's up, dog. Can't wait for your thoughts, man. Caseology already has cases for the 6A. I saw that they got that new case. It's almost like a little, I think it's the one that you tweeted, Sep Dog. The one with the little wallet back thing. That thing looked fire. I like that they're finally adding that whole kind of grippy material that they used to put on the side. they're looks like they're putting that all through the entire case, which I'm like, yes, finally. Maybe we can get like a Pixel 7 Pro case with that too. That nothing phone is a hype beast smartphone. I mean, I still want to try it, dog. I still want to try it. I still want to try it. Umar said I stopped taking MKBHD serious a long time ago. I mean, from how I stand, I treat them just like I treat every other, tech creator. Like I want to see their kind of opinion and their experience, but I'm not gonna put it over my own if I actually own the device. And no one content creator is going to convince me to go out and buy anything. It takes multiple videos and multiple reviewers kind of telling me the same thing for me to go and make that kind of move. But different stuff for different folks. Nothing appears to have some quality control issues, but it looks smooth. Yeah, I seen that. Somebody was talking about like dead pixels or something near the punch hole, something like that. So it seemed like they got a little something, but doesn't look like anything too crazy, in all honesty. I hope the 7 Pro gets the Pixel Buds Pro. If they do, I see them doing like you buy a Pixel 7 Pro, you get Pixel Buds Pro for $100. Like I see them doing something like that, rather than doing like Pixel Buds Pro are free with the 7 Pro. I just doubt that they, do that. I don't know, man. I just can't see them doing it though. They might. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, man, let's go ahead and talk elephant in the room, yo. So, bro, y'all know we don't do this on this channel, man. But yo, I gotta talk about some of the things that was being said. Like I have to talk about it. Yeah, they did it for the A series, but the A series is like their budget line buds. I just don't see them doing it for the Pro though, Umar. I mean, I guess I could be wrong. I would love to be wrong and get another pair, because I already ordered a pair. If they're gonna give me another pair for free, I'm down. To be honest, it depends on how good they are. I might even buy another pair if they do like a you buy a Pixel 7 Pro, you get the Buds Pro for 100. I might buy a second pair, dog, just because. Like, why not? BG said MKBHD trashed the Pixel 6 Pro in an update video. I feel like he got to come out the Apple fanboy closet. Man, look, I'm not even about to go that far. B Floyd, this one too. He got a lot of heat for that one too. He should have just tried the SE. I mean, he probably didn't have an SE. I don't know the situation behind that. I ain't even worried about that. MKVHD did the same thing he always does for except 2 brands. Review it, then in the end tell you can get this instead. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's honestly what it was, Bradley. But to go ahead, like I said, and just kind of get right into it, man. So Pixel 6a went live for pre-order today, and it seemed like nobody knew that the phone came with 60 hertz, when I felt like we've known that since they announced it at Google I/O. Or not maybe right when they announced it, but a little bit after as more information came out. But it wasn't like headline news or nothing like that. But anyway, so MKBHD's review dropped today. And it's not, like I said, I don't inherently have an issue with him per se or anything. It's his channel, man. He does his thing. Whatever the case may be, I'm not even sweating that. It is what it is. I'm done with you, Sep, dog. I see that one. But anyway, so like one of the biggest things that I had an issue with is I remember somebody asking him, I don't know if it was on Twitter or in his comment section. Oh, Brad, trust me, we gonna get here in just one. I promise you, one second, homie. So I remember somebody, you said the volume is low. Volume is low. Let me know if you guys are experiencing the same. If the volume is a little bit too low. Are you talking about the background music or just me, mini-me? But anyhow, with MKBHD, right? So a long time ago, like I said, I don't know if it was Twitter comments or YouTube comments, but somebody asked him, they were like, look, why don't you review more like import devices, right? He came back and, normally he doesn't tweet back, but he actually did. And he was saying, for his business, it doesn't make a lot of sense because a lot of his consumers and not his consumers, but a lot of people who watch his content, they actually live here in the States. 100% cool. I got nothing against that sentiment. You know what I mean? Barry, you're good, dog. Appreciate you, homie, just for coming through. Okay, appreciate it, El Jefe. Try to turn me up a little bit, mini-me. It might be something on that, or just like refresh the page. That might help too. But anyway, so like I said, I don't have anything whatsoever, against him or nothing like that, right? So the thing is okay, if that's your reasoning for why you don't do import devices, why would you recommend the Nothing phone? And that's a phone that a big portion of your audience, as you say, your audience cannot get their hands on. So was there, and I'm not saying he was paid to do coverage on a Nothing phone. None of us are gonna know that. It's none of our business whether he's paid or not, or whatever the case may be. But it just kind of contradicts a little bit. It's like, okay, so you can do the Nothing phone, which isn't gonna launch here in the States, but you won't do like a Vivo X Fold, or you won't do like a Poco X or a Poco F4 XT, or you won't do, well, he did kind of do the Xiaomi 12s Ultra. I felt like that was more of like a camera review, but like I said, I'm not critiquing him whatsoever. That just kind of threw me off. And then to take matters a little bit even further, B Floyd said his audience is also people. No, exactly, B Floyd, and that's what I'm saying. So if that's the case, why did he specifically come out and say that? You see what I'm saying? That he was gonna do the Nothing phone. That's not here in the States at all. But anyway, like I said, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And then when talking about at BG, yeah. And then with him talking about, you know, the refresh rate and things like that, if we're talking about just straight up United States, and even if we're not talking about United States, we can even take this and go a lot more broad with it, right? Like we can even do a lot more broad. One, I 100% agree with you, but you know where I'm getting at in terms of the whole business and the financial sense. So no, I get what you mean, and you're not wrong. I agree with you. I'm just saying in terms of like, you know, if he is paid, how much he's paid, all that other good stuff. I don't even know how much he's paid. But yes, if he did take money from them, he does need to disclose that. I think that's even YouTube terms and conditions, if I'm not mistaken. So you are right about that. But like I said, my whole disagreement with it is, okay, so even if we're talking about in a broad sense, right? For Pixel 6a, for what you're getting in terms of the overall complete package, I did some research on my end and I couldn't find anything from a camera perspective or from a chip, and I know chip processing doesn't tell the entire story, but a flagship processor as well. From those two perspectives, I couldn't find anything that had all of that in 120 hertz. It's like what I think people have to understand is once you get down to a certain price point, I don't think you should be looking for an all-encompassing device, something that has everything under the kitchen sink, because at that price point they have to make compromises somewhere, right? The biggest thing is, okay, this device has or you know what, I can even do this hitting the mic, my bad, y'all. This device here, the Poco, this has its own set of compromises, right? The Pixel 6a is gonna have a whole nother set of compromises. The iPhone SE 2020, no matter how much I think that phone is overpriced, because I think for what you get it's insanely overpriced. But even that phone has its own pros and cons and trade-offs, right? So just to come out and just say, you know, because this phone, you know, doesn't have, say, 120 hertz panel, it's immediate dead on arrival, or it's trash. It's like, after all of the talk that we had today about 120 hertz versus 60 hertz and all this other stuff, what a budget phone should have, what it shouldn't have, whatever the case may be, I honestly feel like in no way, shape, or form should we, as, you know, enthusiasts or creators, be talking about the average consumer anymore. Because if we're gonna sit here and say in one breath average consumer, and then in the other breath say a $450 phone has to have a 120 hertz panel, you see what I'm saying? Or it's dead on arrival. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that where I'm coming from. It's like those two statements don't match up to me, right? The average consumer that I'm talking about isn't going to be focused on 120 versus 60 hertz. This phone is like as average consumer as you can get. Like, this is like, it literally feels like Google was in a room and was like, okay, what are the features that an average consumer would care about more than anything? You know, a good design, good battery life, great cameras. Like those are kind of the pillars as far as what they were looking for. And I kind of feel like the 6A literally is that. Now, for us as tech enthusiasts, that may not be the device for us, but just because it's not for you doesn't mean that you just trash it or call it bad or whatever the case may be. Like, it's an option for a different type of consumer, and that's fine. It's what's great about Android. Yeah, so many different choices, so many different options. I would throw Apples in there, but I honestly don't feel comfortable saying that the iPhone SE 2022 is like a viable decision. I feel like for, what is it, $400, 420, whatever it's called, like I feel like for that price, you need to go look for like a used iPhone 11 or something like that. The SE is, there's very few devices that I have just like a negative kind of vibe on. Like I'm usually generally a pretty positive person when it comes to tech. The SE is just one I cannot get behind. You're literally buying a 5-year-old design. You're buying a 5-year-old design, no 120 hertz, since now that is important. No 120 hertz, and the battery life is garbage. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like I said, I just think I just have a totally different perspective, and that's okay, right? He has his perspective, I have mine. I respect Marquez and his grind. He started from the bottom, literally, facts. But with that said, his opinions can be questionable. I mean, ultimately, what it comes down to is just we just don't agree with him. And I would, like I said, I don't know him personally, right? But what I do know of him, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. Like he has his own opinion, we have our own opinion, and we kind of just keep it moving like that. But I'm not gonna question the man's, I'm not gonna question what he's saying he tested or no, because if I'm not interested in the device anyway, I'll just go buy it and see for myself. The 6A is honestly not a phone that I'm gonna buy just because I'm more of the pro user type of deal. I'm just saying, don't take any one person's word over anybody else's. That's why you watch more than one video, to make sure that you're getting a well-rounded opinion. That's all. Now Hefe said, you can disagree with his opinion without questioning the man's integrity. It's the same thing people say about me being, yeah, exactly, Al Hefe. And that's what I'm saying. Like we can 100% disagree with them. I just don't want this to come off like I'm attacking him or anything like that, because I'm not attacking him. I as a creator and what he's done with his empire, I respect the, put the kids away. I respect the shit out of him for his grind and for him building it, like Sep Dog said, from the ground up. I have so much respect for him in that regard. It's just when it comes to devices and how we see things, we just generally have differing opinions, but there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. That's 100% okay. Average consumer think refresh rate is how fast you get refills at a restaurant. BG, you crazy for that one, dog. But like, I mean, it's funny though, because it's like us as tech enthusiasts, like we literally are teed off, like hang on to every little spec, every little feature. And like I've handed my S22 Ultra to the missus, and she has the 12 Pro Max, so she's used to 60 hertz. And I'm like, tell me if you feel anything different between these two phones. She's like, I don't really see anything. You see what I'm saying? Like, like I don't see any difference. So yeah, it's one of those things, man, where it's like, hey, I feel like we as tech enthusiasts are a little bit out of touch. That's why I stopped trying to position myself as somebody that's advocating for the average consumer, because I'm not an average consumer. Like I'm the one who's doing crazy amounts of multitasking, or trying to, on all his devices. I am not the average consumer, man. I just have to admit that. It is what it is. My thing is, if the device is as bad as he says, he should prove it. What I seen from his video is a smooth playback. It's not like he lacked the means of proving it works. He hit us with the trust me, bro. I agree with you, B Floyd. Only thing I would counter to that though is refresh rate is something that's really hard to show. Like you can obviously slow down the footage, which is what he did to try to show it. I just think that the phone he compared it to, I feel like he would have got his point across a little better if he would have compared it to, say, like an iPhone 13 or the iPhone SE. Like there's a lot of variables there that isn't just the refresh rate. Like you got touch sampling rate, you got all of that, right? I don't know what the touch sampling rate is on the iPhone SE. I know it's like 240 on the 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max. So it's like even having that faster touch sampling, it might make the device feel a little bit smoother and faster than a pure 60 hertz panel with 120 touch sampling. You see what I'm saying? So I honestly think for that one, it probably would have been better for him to do like an SE to compare it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, encourage you, dog. I appreciate you to the absolute fullest with the $20 super chat, man. That is insanely generous, yo. Thank you so much again. I appreciate it, man. We're just, I don't even have any words, man. Just thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Bradley said Chris Evans would love the iPhone SE. Yo, facts. Because he was clinging to that. What was it? It was either like a 5S or a 6S. No, it was a 6S that he was clinging to, I think. Oh, man. iPhone SE is $429 for exactly. Like, that makes it even worse. Like, but again, this isn't even about MKBHD. This is just about the tech community as a whole. When the iPhone 13 came out, bro, there was nobody being irritated or teed off or anything that it only had 60 hertz on the base models, not the pro models, the base models. Nobody said anything. It was just like, oh, that's just the baseline version that all the regular consumers are gonna buy. They don't need 120 hertz. iOS is super smooth. But we're getting mad at Google for not putting it on a $450 phone. Come on, my guy. We got to keep the same energy. That's why I say same energy. You got to keep the same energy. You can't be mad that Google did it if Apple's been doing it since forever at this point. And then one of the homies on Twitter even brought up an even better point. Well, two better points, actually. One, the iPhone 14 base model isn't going to have 120 hertz either. So when that phone comes out, I want to hear all the same people who are talking about without 120 hertz, it's trash, it's trash. I want those same people to come out and give the same message when that phone comes out too. I want the same exact energy. I know it ain't going to happen, but it is what it is. I digress. Yo, Renz, what is going on? Hope everything is good with you. Hey, Jason C, what's up? He said, what's good? Ike, everyone has their own experience, and they are as unique as the set of eyes watching. Spot on, man. But seriously, if someone is rubbing you the wrong way with their review, the worst thing you can do is give them more attention. Facts. Just stop watching. That's how I see it. There's a few content creators I just unfollowed and just unsubscribed because I wasn't feeling how they're like their message or any of that. Like, I just wasn't really feeling it. So I just stopped watching. It's nothing against that. I'm pretty sure that they would rather me stop watching than be toxic. I feel like the bigger reviewers have forgotten what it's like to be at the bottom of it all. The bottom, if at all. You get to a level and grow accustomed to certain features. For me, it's all about the experience. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I see both sides of it because at the end we do have to remember, like, for a lot of the bigger creators, this is their job. Like, they got to feed their family the same way we go punch a clock. So if they have to tailor their content to suit the algorithm, I mean, they got to feed their family. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. If I have to go to my job, I do things that I don't want to do all the time at my job, but it's either feed my family or go find something else to do. You know, so I get what you're saying, but like I said, I don't even inherently have an issue with him personally, or, you know, some of the reviews past, like, there's even been some reviews that people gave him a hard time for, and I actually agreed with him. But like I said, we just didn't see eye to eye on this one, and that's okay. That doesn't make me think that he's, you know, a fraud or anything like that. Like, I don't, like, you know, it is what it is. But seriously, reviews motivated by algorithm and business concerns harms those average consumers most looking for good advice. Spot on, Juan. Because in a world of Xiaomi's and Vivos and Poco, you can just buy an iPhone or a Galaxy. Let me stop. Hey, Renz, he here though. He's just driving, man. So he's lurking right now. iPhone 14, it's an iPhone. I mean, that's kind of where it's at. iPhone 14 reviews will move the goalpost on of course, all you're gonna see is this. Hold on, where's the goalpost? Right here. This is all you're gonna see. Because people are like, oh, it should have had this for this price. It should have had this for this price. It should have had this for that price. Okay, iPhone for $1,100, a Pro Max should have a periscope zoom for $1,100. I should be able to put icons wherever I want them for $1,100. I shouldn't have a notch for $1,100. I should have true multitasking for $1,100. You see how we just moved the goalposts around a bit? I can do any company. I could do Samsung. I could do Google. I could do Vivo for my X Fold because I've actually used that. But like, we can move this goalpost around all day, man. It's just sad. Yo, Sean, what's up, man? Hope everything is good with you, my dude. The iPhone 14 gonna have wireless charging, so that will make the 60 hertz okay for them. Bro, I hope not. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy in everybody's comment section. Wait, this iPhone doesn't have 120 hertz. That means it's bad, right? Like, I don't care, bro. I'm doing it. Because I'm waiting to hear the excuse of why it's okay for an $800 phone to not have 120 hertz or 90 hertz for that matter, but we're gonna critique a $450 phone for not having it. Like, I can't be crazy. Like, I can't be crazy with this. I can't. Just imagine if Google makes an A series Pixel with the chassis of the Pixel 5 and puts the tensor chip for its brain, and the price is around 450 to 500. That would be interesting, Renz. That would be interesting, dude. Only reason I say it would be interesting, I do like the chassis of the Pixel 5. It was like one of the first phones that I didn't put a case on that phone. Like, I didn't put a case or a skin on it at all. And normally I'm either a case guy or a skin guy. And I did not put a skin or a case. I loved the way that phone felt just in hand. It was just perfect. Loved it. But I do like the Pixel 6 design more than the Pixel 5 though. So we might defer there. That's what kind of sold it for me, B Floyd, is when he was like, well, it's an iPhone and that's why people will buy it. It's like, you're right, but it kills me inside because you shouldn't be buying a phone just because of the name. Hey, Nassim, man, what's up, bro? He said, came by to say, what's up, brother? Keep doing great things. Hey, same to you, dog. Same to you. You already know, man, we got that Mamba mentality. I'm gonna see you working hard. I gotta work just as hard, if not harder. Same to you, homie. So stay up. I'm gonna have to watch this review of his because I didn't like him straddling. I mean, that in the end though, Sep Dog, that's his experience, dude. Like, I mean, we may not agree, we may not be having the same, experience, like, but I mean, I have to respect that is his experience. Like, I don't agree, but they're gonna magically erase the goalpost when the iPhone 14 drops. Yo, facts. Absolutely. And like, and I mean, bro, like, Jason, if you listening, bro, I wanted to believe so bad you were gonna be wrong, because Jason C's been predicting this for a while. Like, he's been predicting this with the 6A. If you follow him on Twitter, which you absolutely should, he's been predicting this for a while. Even in Twitter DMs, me and him have been talking. He's like, watch when the 6A comes out. Watch when the 6A comes out. I stopped deriving what the tech god said. Don't ask questions, just consume product. I'm done with you, dog. Ain't no tech god to me. Excuse me. BG said, I'd rather have power button, fingerprint scanner, and wireless charging. Yet the wireless charging would probably be the one thing that for me is like, and it's like, I know that price point, they got to leave some things out. They try to hit a price point. It's just for me personally. Like, I got my Pixel 6 Pro sitting right here on the wireless charger, just charging, right? I don't have to fiddle for a cable. I just threw it on the stand, started the live stream. See what I'm saying? It's like, it's just convenient, but they got to hit that price point, MKBHD and The Verge. I don't know who's the worst when it comes to Android phones. Y'all are wild, man. Y'all are wild. I'm still holding on to the Pixel 4a 5G as my primary phone. And that's all that matters, Ren. As long as you are happy. Like, that's what I try to preach, man. Like, do your research, get a good deal, and whatever you get, if you're happy with it, that's all that matters. Like, it doesn't matter what other people are doing and what they're buying. As long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters, man. I take the Wayne view. Real G's moving silence like lasagna. Yes, sir. Scoop with the words of wisdom. Yeah, Brad, I've noticed that too. I definitely feel like they have gotten fair. It used to be some areas where I'm just like, what? Like, that don't even make sense. But, it is what it is. It seems like they like they've been trying that. They have like some new reviewers, but the one person I did used to always love review Pixel devices is Dieter. Dieter, he's actually working for the Pixel team if I'm not mistaken now, or for Google, one of the two. I did used to like watching his reviews on Pixels because you could tell from his reviews that he used like he's actually used the Pixel, like he's actually used it. But I honestly think he used to dual carry. He used to carry an iPhone and a Pixel with him. This happened with the 6A. Just wait till the flagship drops. Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know. I'm still buying it. Don't talk about the DMs or you'll lose followers like Doja. No, that's Doja problem. She up in everybody DMs, bro. I can't believe she did that with the Stranger Things kid. Gonna try to get him to holler at the other dude. Like, bro, you Doja Cat. You can just hit him up on Twitter. Like, come on, dog. I don't want to get into that. She wilding for that. B Floyd said, I'm fine with letting go the wireless charging and the screen. Give me a SoC and support. Yep, facts. There you go. Like I said, different things are gonna matter, to different people. I honestly just think that with the 6A, Google literally was just like, from an average user perspective, what are the things that are the most important? It's like those core experiences is what's the most important. That's kind of what I look for. So a lot of people say like the Pixel line, like the Pixel series is boring because it's so minimalistic and simple. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles that say like your Samsung or your Xiaomi or your OnePlus may have, but it's just simple. It's minimalistic. Like, that's why I was like, bro, I can't see how people say, if you're coming from an iPhone to Android and you kind of want a similar experience, to try a Samsung phone. Like, it's, in my opinion, the only thing similar about the two is Samsung copying Apple's business practices and they're copying the bad ones. That's the only thing similar I see between the two. Other than that, they're polar opposites. Like, they're polar opposites. Samsung is trying to cram every bit of hardware and every specification in there, if we're talking their Ultra line, obviously. And even to that degree, they're kind of slipping and falling back, where Google is just kind of focused on that core experience. Give good battery life, good performance, good display, good cameras, good design. I think Pixel 6 Pro nails that, if I'm being honest. Umar said, I just want my jack back on the 6A. Man, you wasn't buying the 6A anyway. You was going for that 7 Pro. That 7 Pro 512 gigabyte model. I remember. BG said, honestly, I'm excited for a super minimal on-hander. Flat screen, black flame, love the build. One-hander. I figured that's what you meant, BG. That's what's up, though. A lot of people are taking that for granted too. It's like the Asus Zenfone that's getting ready to drop. Super small, compact, powerhouse Android phone, man. Like, I feel like Android needs that. Like, you gotta have a little something for everybody. Whether that person wants, the absolute best in terms of photography, or one of the best in terms of absolute photography. If they want all the bells and whistles, like, there's an option on Android for everybody, man. You want foldables, dual screens, Android's got it. Except, dog, yeah, you do. Go on ahead and buy it. I was gonna get my dad a 6A as well, man. My dad just tripping, cause he would have a trade-in, but he has to go through his insurance for his phone and get that fixed first. Cause I'm like, dude, just do your insurance and then we'll do the trade-in. But he's taking forever on it. B Floyd said, I don't know if the modem is better on the 7 Pro. Then I would upgrade. Otherwise, I'm fine with keeping my 6 Pro, my S22U. Facts. And the thing is, a lot of the cool software stuff, man, I'm pretty sure a lot of that stuff will make it to the 6 and the 6 Pro. Maybe not everything, but a lot of that stuff will, man. Google usually does pretty good when it comes to the software stuff. People who buy the Pixel A series and budget phones don't really Google. Stop reading or listening to me talk. Don't really care about the things that exactly. And this is exactly what I'm saying. Like, we're sitting here going crazy because of, encourage you. Appreciate you coming through. And again, man, thank you so much for the super chat, dude. Have a great rest of your day, man. But the things that we're talking about as tech enthusiasts, split screen multitasking on iOS and stuff like that, the normal consumer ain't worried about that. I can say I'm 110% the niche. 110%. I'm fine with saying that. I don't care. That doesn't mean that I shouldn't, you know what I mean, ask for these features or these things. And there's nothing wrong with asking for stuff, but you got to be realistic too. That's all. Same thing with people talking about the Fold. There's definitely some things that Samsung needs to do in terms of hardware and software on the Fold, but with some of that stuff, man, comes a higher price point. And Samsung raises that price, man. You already got people who won't buy the Fold 3 because they feel like it's too expensive right now. And you can find that thing on sale all over the place. So throwing everything under the kitchen sink and having to charge a little bit more money because of it, yeah, I don't know about that one. The Asus Zenfone 9, $650. That's a really good price point for that. Because in terms of specifications, it's coming in flagship range, if I'm not mistaken. That's what's up. Hey, Barry said he's back in the building. Welcome back. Welcome back. Pixel 6 still going strong, and it probably will for the foreseeable future, homie. I'm rocking the 6 Pro, but my 4XL is just as good. Hey, there you go. Return the 6 Pro and keep your 4XL if it's still working for you, homie. I ain't gonna lie, I still kind of miss Face Unlock on the 4XL. It was fire. I like Face Unlock on the 4XL more than I do Face ID on the iPhone. I just hate that Google didn't make it like something that Android just natively integrated, kind of like what Apple did. They made it, have to be taken advantage of by devs, and no devs wanted to support it. But the actual unlocking your phone, it was fire. I loved it. Hey, TJ said, I'm rocking this Pixel 6 with Android 13 Beta 4, and it's tough. Pixel 6a for $450 and Google software is a win. I agree 110%, dog. 110%. Google needs to figure out how to get the Pixel on prepaid. That phone will sell like hotcakes. That's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, you can always buy one, unlock, and take it to like your favorite MVMO carrier. And you could do that too, especially like a 6A. Like you get that joint for $450, some free Pixel buds as well. Take that joint, throw it on Metro or Cricket or something like that, or Spectrum. Man, you good to go. Good to go. Hey, Genosis, what's up? What's up, man? Hope everything's good with you. I liked Face Unlock on my Pixel 4, but especially on the normal Pixel 4, I had the 4XL and battery was a little sus, but it wasn't like trash, but it definitely wasn't like great. Like I would say my battery life on the Pixel 6 Pro it's like above good. I wouldn't say it's like great though. Like it's definitely getting me through a day for sure. Hey, the man, the myth, the legend, Delvon Digital. What's up, homie? He said, what up, bro? Love the live. My friend just found out you can swipe down with 2 fingers. Oh, snap, for real? Hold on, let me see. Oh, you can. Hey, I didn't know you could do that. That's dope. I didn't know that was a thing. See? Still learning stuff. Learn new stuff every day. Appreciate you, dog, for the tip. They say you can buy it unlocked, but the SE sells because prepaid sell. Oh, I see what you're saying, B Floyd. You're saying come in with like some type of discounted pricing because you're doing like a prepaid carrier. That makes sense. Yeah, that would be dope to see them do something like that. That's the difference between Apple and Google. Apple would demand dev support, but Google looks like they're still playing nice. It really did have a lot of potential. And the crazy thing is, like, you even see some of the Soli technology in the Google Nest Hub. I'll point over here because I have one here. But like the little Google Nest Hubs, like you even see the Soli technology built into that. Like when an alarm goes off, you just put your hand over it, stops the alarm. You can skip tracks and do all that good stuff in Spotify. Like it has the Soli tech built in, and it's good. I actually use it. I just didn't use it much on the phone. I honestly turned it off. Yep, it's mainly in Nest. Yep, literally use it in my Google Hub every day, and I love it. Like I didn't even realize how dope the Google ecosystem was. Like because I used to always look at ecosystem from a mobile perspective, like your tablet, your watch, your earbuds, your phone. But it's like ecosystem, especially when you're looking at like Google, man, like they're getting into your home. Like I can literally have pretty much all the lights in my home on, TV on, my son's TV on, my daughter's TV on. I can have all of that stuff on before I even come fully in the house yet, because I just turn everything on through the Google Home app. Like, absolute fire what Google's doing in terms of like their home. And now obviously we're starting to see them build out their mobile ecosystem, because I'm still waiting on that Pixel Watch. I know a lot of people aren't feeling the bezels. I don't care. Give me the Pixel Watch. Give me the Pixel Watch, because I already love wearing my Galaxy Watch 4 with my Pixel. Pixel Watch is just gonna be next level, because like those little googly assistant voice dictation and all. Oh man, that's gonna be. I really hope that Google builds that in. I really hope they do. That would be such a big missed opportunity in my opinion. Just going to throw this out here. After catching up with the 6A news today, the Nothing phone has smarter design discussions over the 6A. Tensor was a mistake to put into that 6A. What makes a phone feel like a fast experience? High display refresh rate, high touch samplings, fast IO, optimized OS programming, not a flagship level SoC, although that helps with the overhead and future updates. And honestly, Genosis, that's where I think Google's coming from. Because let's keep it 100% real, dog. The person who's spending money, who's spending $450 for a smartphone, is not going to be tripping about if the phone feels faster than a phone with 120 hertz. They're not paying attention to that. Like, they are not paying attention to it. So it might just be one where we just disagree. He said you are picking violence. Nah, he ain't picking violence, man. Everybody 100% has their voice and their opinion, dog. I'm not taking away anybody's voice or anybody's opinion, but I'm just my perspective. I honestly feel, but just like you said, keyword, when you point it out, they're not gonna be holding two phones side by side to gauge performance. They're gonna walk into a carrier store and be like, "Hey, I saw that Pixel 6 on an NBA commercial. Do you guys have any of those?" Carrier salesperson can be like, "Yeah, we got that. We also got the 6A, which is, cheaper. Here are the things that are different. Battery, I think, is about the same in terms of hardware. They might say the display isn't as fast or something like that." It's like teaching someone math skills or to read. It's better to have those skills or not. I get what you're saying. I get your analysis, but I really feel like reading is like one of those fundamental things. Like if I was gonna attribute reading to a smartphone feature, I would maybe say something like, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I would equate that to, but I don't know if I would equate 120 hertz to reading. Like 120 hertz don't feel that standard to me, right? Like I'll give Nothing props for having 120 hertz refresh rate when not a lot of mid-rangers, at least here in the States, even though the Nothing phone is not being sold here, but a lot of other mid-rangers here in the States don't offer it. Like the iPhone SE doesn't offer it. Pixel 6a doesn't offer it. The A53 offers it, but I feel like you're getting a significantly worse processor. And while I get what you're saying in terms of like the feel, I would argue that if you have a trash processor, it's not going to open up apps as fast. It's like as fast as a flagship. Whereas if you have Tensor, you're opening up apps just as fast. And it's like if you're coming from another 60 hertz phone, which, let's be real, if you're spending $450, you probably are coming from something with 60 hertz. I don't know if you're going to notice the difference, to be honest. That, like I said, that's just my opinion though. Said, okay, a better analogy, driving a new speed limit. That, like I said, I get what you're saying, and if they could throw it in for that same $450 price point, I'm 100% down with that, right? But I feel like even with the Nothing phone, you have your trade-offs with that too. Like, yes, it might have, a better design. Then that is subjective, but you might feel like it has a better design. It might have, Barry, you crazy. I couldn't wait for you to get back so you could type that. But I don't know if I would have wanted a different processor in this, man, because I'm looking at it from a longevity perspective. Like, is that 778 gonna last as long as Tensor? I honestly don't think so. That, like I said, I get what you're saying. You have a valid point, and I feel like that's a better point than it just being trash because it doesn't have 120 hertz. I just feel like they kind of weighed out what was more important, I guess is the best way to say it. And I honestly feel like having a great camera, because let's be real, I don't think the Nothing phone is going to touch the Pixel 6a in terms of camera performance. I would argue that having a good camera and having an SoC that can last you more than, say a year or two, I think that that might be better in terms of value. Not better overall, but just in terms of value, right? But like I said, definitely understand where you're coming from, man. There's definitely some sentiment there. Qualcomm charges a percentage of a device, not a component cost. Oh wow, I didn't even know that, B Floyd. Anyone using other SoC is saving money. So yeah, they are saving money in that regard. I didn't know that they charged per device a percentage. I thought that it was by component. That's wild. One said, you know how the single most popular individual phone sold worldwide was the iPhone 13 at $800 with the flagship SoC and 60 hertz. I mean, I'm just saying, dog, he's got a very valid point, homie. Like, that's kind of like this is the point that I'm kind of making. Is like, bro, people who are spending $450 aren't paying attention to refresh rate. And I get it. If you show them and explain it to them, I definitely feel like, yeah, they'll they'll notice it, but I don't think it'll be a difference maker. Like, even if I go to my mom or my dad and I'm like, hey, this phone has a higher refresh rate, this means that the screen just overall will feel faster, because I got to break it down to them. I can't give them like the technology terms, but the screen's going to be a little bit faster. You're going to feel it. But this phone also cost $150 to $200 more, right? They're going to be like, I don't need that for $150 to $200 more. And this is just me talking about the Pixel 6, because obviously we don't get the Nothing phone here in the States. The A53 is absolute garbage. I'm hearing that more and more, Barry. I ain't never used one, but I'm hearing that more and more, yo. Hearing that more and more. I heard that Exynos processor just ain't it. Like, it ain't it. But on the lighter side, Google pulled a Samsung with Glastic on the 6A. It fooled him. I saw that he said it was glass. I thought it was glass. I didn't even know it was plastic until I saw later people was talking about that. Longevity, my Pixel 5's SoC will last 10 years from now, the same speed if I wanted to port. See, but that's the thing, Genosis. Now you're talking about, my bad, I did have your comment up, but that's the thing, like, now you're talking about flashing different ROMs and kernels and getting into all of that, bro. Somebody spending $450 on a phone is not doing that. Like, we might think to do that, right? Because we understand the value proposition of it. But like, my mom and dad aren't, and I keep saying my mom and dad because they are the most average of average users as we can get, but they're not putting custom ROMs and all of that. We're talking about out of the box. Out of the box, what natively comes on the phone, a Pixel 6a is going to last longer than a Pixel 5. That's just is what it is, unfortunately. He said MKBHD should have played Apex Legend on that Pixel 6a, then gave his opinion because the Tensor chip handles it well on the Pixel 6. I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. He gave out his coverage, and it is what it is. You know why we talking about the Samsung A line, Sep Dog. But I'm not going to sit up here and talk like I've used it, dude. I haven't used the Samsung. I'm just going off of other people's experience in that regard, which, like I said, we say never to do. I've never used it personally, so I'm going to withhold judgment. I'm just saying that was the other option that he gave. He said the iPhone SE, which I'm going to be real. I don't want an iPhone SE because I don't want a 5-year-old design. There's some people who love that design who want to stick with it. They want that home button, and that's great. You have that option. Me personally, no thank you. And the A53, I can't even get Samsung to optimize their flagship camera application or their flagships to have better animations. My hopes are extremely low that they'll do that for their mid-range line. My dad doesn't want to give up his A50, which is actually slowing down. I can't imagine how long. Exactly, B Floyd, exactly. Well, I pray that someone at Apple changes their upcoming plans. Barry, you know they're not going to. They literally gonna push out that iPhone 14 and be like, go ahead and buy it. And people are still gonna buy it and justify that can have 60 hertz, but the Pixel can't. Because then they're gonna say, oh, well, iOS is just smoother, so it doesn't need 120 hertz, even though Apple has 120 hertz on their Pro line phones. Frustrates me. Good example on the opposite side. My A9 iPhone SE is still as fast as brand new. Sure, its battery sucks, but that's because its battery size sucks. Put an A9 into an iPhone Pro Max, bruh. Like I said, I definitely get where you coming from. I honestly don't think that they made the wrong choice though with Tensor. Because looking at it from all aspects, updates and supports, obviously they can support Tensor longer. Performance, Tensor performs better than the 778G or 778. I don't think it's a G, but 778 chip. And in terms of cost, it saves Google's money to use their own processor. So, like I said, dude, just different strokes for different folks. But you definitely brought up some good opinions, dude, for sure. You wildin', Jason. He said you would give me a blue phone and a 13 Pro Max and they're gonna feel the same. You capping on that one. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, dog. Ain't no way. Sean said, don't be triggered, Septian. The A53 is a POS. The A52 is solid. I've never used either. See, but that's the thing. I'm not talking about in like that it's not as fast from like a real world. In real world usage, like they're gonna seem similar. But like even with my Pixel 5, I felt times where like I would open an app and it would take a little bit longer than say like my iPhone, or I can't say my iPhone, that's a whole different, you know, operating system. But like even like my S22 Ultra, like when you're talking about chips, you can sometimes feel the difference in the chips 100%. I won't say all the time, and optimization is a huge part of that. Because on the Pixel 5, it wasn't all the time, but things like processing photos, things like loading certain applications like games and stuff like that, I immediately felt the difference. Immediately felt the difference between like my Pixel 5 and they load normally how I would feel a normal flagship should load on like my Pixel 6 Pro. So you definitely can feel the difference between the two on that. Could you see yourself using an Android phone as your only device for 1 year plus? What's going on, Kevin? To be 100% honest, Doug, I'm pretty much already on my way to doing that. The last time I actually used any of my Apple products, so before, and I'm gonna say yesterday or 2 days ago with a huge caveat, and I'll explain that in a second. But before then, it's been a while. Like I'm talking months. So I would say for me, it's definitely possible. Something would have to change major in my experience with Windows and in my experience with Google and the Pixel line for me to like really go back to Apple and only Apple full time. Like something huge would have to happen. There's just way too many good options on the Android side for me personally. But like I said, it was either yesterday or day before yesterday. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to set up all my Apple stuff back up, you know, both my Macs, my iPhone, my iPad, all that stuff, you know, and just force myself to use it and try to get a good feel for iOS 16. Let's just say I made it. I set it up, let's say maybe about 5 o'clock. It was like right before the missus got home. So 5 p.m. Eastern time. By 8, oh, excuse me, hiccups. By 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, everything was back to the Windows setup with everything back in my Pixel. Like, I'm just kind of getting to the point, man, where there's just certain things in regards to the Apple experience that I'm just like, bro, no, like enough is enough. Things like lack of true multitasking on the iPhone, subpar multitasking on the iPad, like, it's, oh my God, man. No periscope zoom on an $1,100 phone. Like, oh my goodness, dude. Just irritates me sometimes. Brad, I mean, that's a good point too. I know a lot of people don't like the Pixel experience, I guess, but in that case, why wouldn't you just buy a different phone? But that's a very good point. I feel like the Pixel experience is pretty fire, man. Pretty fire. Captain America wants that home button. In fact, I think that's one of the things he even said. Oh, you bought the A53 thinking it was an upgrade? Take that joint right back, homie. That's crazy, dog. Biggest thing keeping me from using a Samsung as my daily driver. Home button was loosed on my Z Fold 3 and they told me I'd have to be 3 days to a week device. Oh, I'm thinking you mean deviceless while they fix it. Apple 2 hours or less. Yeah, their after sale support, bro. I was literally just talking to Patar about this like 2 days ago, bro. Their after sale support is really tough to beat. It's really tough to beat, man. Like Apple does a really good job with that. I've had a similar experience. One of my kids, they dropped my 12 Pro Max when that came out. I dropped it off to an Apple store. Within like 2 hours, it was already done. Apple Care took care of the repair. I just had to pay like 29 bucks plus tax. Like after sale support is absolute fire. That's one of the things I will always give Apple, dude, is the after sale supports for sure. Apple's excuse for having 60 hertz on the iPhone 14 will be it has last year's chip, but it's still going to charge more for it. But see, they can't even make that argument because the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max have that same chip currently and they're running high refresh rate. So there's it's one of those things, Brad. There's no excuse for it. Apple ain't even gonna get on stage and mention it. You're gonna have the Apple defense attorneys coming out trying to defend it. Apple themselves ain't gonna say nothing about refresh rate on them phones, bro. They're not at all. At all. Yeah, but that's not the SoC slowing it down. I think you mean it's, oh, that's IO. Mm, true. Like true. Like you got some stuffs. Like I said, you make a good point, Genosis, but like I said, there's just too many overarching positives to just them using their own chip, dog. Like there's just too much. Like too much for them to use anybody else's. But like I said, I hear what you're saying, dog. I hear what you're saying. I just don't agree, man. That's all. Different strokes for different folks. MPT's in the building. What's up, man? And make sure too, y'all are following MPT, man. Right now, he's going through his Vivo X80 Pro. It took a nasty little drop, and he's working through the process of getting it repaired. So it's something that if you're interested in importing a device, or you've been interested but you wanted to know how all of that works whenever you need a repair, MPT's who you want to go follow. So like I said, you can keep track of that. I know I have. Big facts on aftercare support on Apple. Still not enough to ever make me switch. Yeah, Sean, same. B Floyd, and that's a huge point as well. 120 hertz wasn't even working 100% the right way with third-party apps until like January of this year. The phone came out last September. But 60 hertz on the Pixel 6a, that's 450, is unacceptable. Is unacceptable. I just can't, man. Alright. We're gonna go for maybe about another 5 or 10 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap it on up, ladies and gents. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat. I hate how you can't select Google Photos when uploading to Instagram. Man, I really want to switch to Android. Is that like something on the iPhone side of like a limitation on the Android side? I don't use Instagram, so I'm genuinely curious how all that works. Because I know like with Apple, if it's not their first party apps, they don't let you do anything in the background. So like if you're trying to, say for somebody like me who uses a bunch of different devices, I use Google Photos for everything. When it comes to my iPhone, I have to leave the Google Photos app open to get my stuff to actually upload. It will not upload in the background. I don't know why. It's insanely annoying, but it is what it is. Hey, Louis, what's up, man? He said, I hope all is well. Really debating about the Z Fold 4. Not if I want to get it. Currently have the Z Fold 3. Dude, I'm kind of in the same ballpark. I'm kind of leaning to that I am going to go ahead and pick it up. It's because there's been times where I've had my Fold 3 as my only phone, and I've taken a picture, and I'm like, dang, I wish the cameras was a little bit better on this. Not that they're terrible, but it's like, I wish they were a little bit better. And from what the rumors are suggesting, is the cameras, the sensors are going to get a buff on the Z Fold 4. It's not going to be what is it? It's not gonna be S22 Ultra level. There we go. Words are hard. It's not gonna be S22 Ultra level, but you know what I'm saying. It at the same time, it's gonna be better than what we have currently. So, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm getting it right now. I'm kind of leaning towards yes. I'm gonna go ahead and get it, but if I do get it, you already know that'll be one of the first things I test is how the phone does camera wise compared to the S22 Ultra. But y'all already know we getting ready to go ahead and wrap it on up because the homie Easy, as Sep Dog did say, hold on, Renz, I do see you. As Sep Dog did say, Easy's getting ready to go ahead and do his thing. I'm pretty sure he's already been going on for a little bit, so we're gonna go ahead and show some love and some support over to Easy. But before we go ahead and head out, guys, I do want to give a special shout out to Renz, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm not sure how the conversions and stuff rate. YouTube will figure all that out for me. But thanks so much, man. I appreciate you always coming through, being engaged, showing love and showing support, man. So thank you so much, Renz. I really do appreciate that. Also, we're gonna obviously go over and rate Eric stream. After Eric stream, I want to say Juan and TK Bay will be live with best of our week. So make sure you guys go and show them some love. And then I already said it, but again, tomorrow, Ignorant Hours. I know we getting ignorant. We getting ignorant, LaShawn. You ain't got a choice. We getting ignorant because we got to talk about these things, man. But thanks so much as always, guys, for coming through, man, and really making my week. Y'all are great, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, even when we have disagreeing opinions, it don't even matter. Everybody has a voice here, so shout out to you guys for coming through. But with that, we're gonna go ahead over and raid Eric stream. Make sure you let him know it's an Ike raid. It's an Ike raid. Y'all gotta let him know. But peace out, everybody. I will catch you all next week, man. Peace.